The invasive questions were never small talk. They were reconnaissance. Committee meeting. Item 1. Why does it feel like an interrogation every time the neighborhood menace asks you a simple question? Notice the pattern. The questions arrive disguised as curiosity. How's that going for you? Who was that at your place? What did you mean by that post? It sounds like interest. It is not interest. It is data collection. They are not asking because they care about the answer. They are asking because they need the answer to know where you are emotionally, financially, relationally, so they know where the soft spots are. This is the intrusive approach. Casual tone, invasive content, small talk as a delivery system for surveillance. Here's the part they'll never say out loud. They feel entitled to this information because in their internal accounting, you are not a separate person. You are a resource to be monitored. Boundaries only make sense to someone who believes other people are fully real, fully separate, fully theirs to not have access to. Someone operating from a distorted, hollow sense of self doesn't experience your privacy as your right. They experience it as an inconvenience, an obstacle between them and the information they think they're owed. So the entitlement isn't random, it's structural. It comes from seeing you as an extension of their world instead of the center of your own. Now here's the intel that matters most. What happens the moment a chosen one sees the tactic and simply does not comply? No explanation, no justification, no performance of politeness to soften the no. Watch what happens. The questions escalate, or the tone shifts, or suddenly you're being difficult, being cold, acting like you have something to hide. That reaction is not a coincidence. That reaction is the confirmation. Because when access is denied, the supply is cut. And when the supply is cut, the mask has nothing to feed on. You'll see the real reaction, not because you provoked it, but because you stopped performing for the audit. This is where it turns from defense into power. You don't need to explain your boundary. You don't need to make it digestible for them. A closed door doesn't need a translation. Every time you decline to answer, you're not being secretive. You're withholding data from someone who was never entitled to it in the first place. That's not fear. That's information sovereignty. And the more consistently you do it, the less material they have to work with, and the more clearly you can see exactly who they are, because their reaction to a locked door tells you everything their small talk was designed to hide. Alchemy.In.Motion. Meeting adjourned. Watch what happens when you stop answering. That's the real data. Save this before your next simple question. Their chaos is the raw material. Your following is the proof it transmuted. Follow Alchemy.In.Motion.